Team Sorcerers here. I thought I'd do an interesting video rating the different special summoning mechanics in the game. I thought about doing it on my channel, but I feel like it would be good to put on this channel, and hopefully the other members will do the same, and do this sort of ranking video. So how this will work is basically rating them from least favourite to most favourite. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing, and see if we can get a discussion going on this in the comments, or like I said, hopefully the other members will do this video as well and put it on here. So in terms of least favourite summoning mechanic, I'm going to go with pendulums, which, well, I guess this isn't much of a surprise to anyone, really. I mean, I'm not saying I hate pendulums, even though it's a broken mechanic that should never have been made, but there are some pendulums that I do genuinely like, especially this one, Odd-Eyes Pendulum Dragon, my absolute favourite pendulum. But here's the things about it. It's the summoning mechanic that I guess I used the least as well, because all the other decks I have just focus on the other mechanics, whereas I've only ever played 5 pendulum decks. Odd-Eyes Dimension Dragon, Highlander Yuya, Pendulum Darkrichician, Normal Pendulum, and Supreme King. That's literally it. Oh, well, I guess it is 6 if you technically count Cliffort, but I only built Cliffort on Edo Pro in a deck building challenge video, which was like either last year or several months ago, and I used it in only 3 games so far, which was that clash between spaceship decks, where it faced small spaceships, BES and Cosmo. Okay, so I guess we could make it 6, I suppose, but I've used a lot more decks that focus on the other ones, like I said. But you know, it does go to show that I like using them. I mean, especially Odd-Eyes Dimension Dragon. You know, it's a lot of fun playing something where Odd-Eyes Pendulum Dragon is one of the main monsters, and I'm quite fond of the Dimension Dragons. I guess Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon is still my favourite one, whereas Odd-Eyes Pendulum Dragon would be the second favourite. But still, you know, it's fun being able to use Odd-Eyes cards to bring these guys out, but still, it's at the bottom just because it's the least used summoning mechanic by me, and I've only ever used 5 or 6 pendulum decks. That's all it is. So my second least favourite summoning mechanic would be Links. Another overpowered summoning mechanic, which is just too broken and changed the game too much, just like pendulums. But it's still enjoyable using certain Link monsters. I mean, even though I've got quite a lot of Link-based decks, it's still, I still find I don't use them as much as the other ones, like I said. I mean, BLS I'll throw into this BLS, I'll throw into anything that runs level 7 or higher monsters, well, almost anything. I mean, I don't play it in Blue Eyes White Dragon or Galaxy Photons. I think I only ever use it in Dark Magician, Red Eyes Black Dragon, Black Duster Soldier, and I can't think what else I use it in. Can't remember if I ran it in my Gaia Knight deck, but yeah, being my favourite Link, I'll try and use it in something if I can. Otherwise, I like using a lot of the Cybers and Link monsters and the Boral Link monsters, because it is a lot of fun playing decks that focus on bringing them out. I say that, but yeah, I only use the Firewall and Code Talker Cybers Link monsters, whereas I don't care much for Salamangreats or Marine Cess or Malice. Plus I have a feeling that if I played Malice, I would not be popular, maybe. But then again, I don't know enough about Malice, so other than it's a top tier meta deck at the time of recording that people don't like playing against. So yeah, I haven't used as many Link based decks, and it's the second least favourite, but there we go. Now, deciding the third and fourth favourite was kind of tricky, so I couldn't decide for a while at first, but eventually I kind of worked something out, yeah, despite the difficult toss-up. But I guess the fourth favourite summoning mechanic would be Xyz monsters, even though I kind of feel like I use Xyz monsters more than synchros. I mean, they are a bit easier to bring up than synchros, because you don't need tuners to go into them. But then again, obviously you need monsters with the same level, so well, I guess it depends on the deck, but I don't know, I guess I like synchros more, even though I don't use them as much as Xyz is, but I feel like there's a lot more exciting synchro monsters than exciting Xyz is. Although there's a lot of Xyz I do like, including Utopia, Utopia the Lightning, Augusta Emerald, Heroic Champion Excalibur, and Ebon Illusion Magician. But I don't know, it's kind of more exciting and thrilling being able to bring out a lot of the classics from early 5Ds, Go-Yo Guardian, Stardust Dragon, Red Dragon Archfiend, Brianak. I was waiting for that. I guess that's all there is to say. I can't really think of anything to add to that. So, yeah, coming in as the third favourite summoning mechanic of mine, that would be synchros. If I have plenty of decks that do play them, but haven't used them very much. But like I said, I feel like there's more exciting synchros than exciting Xyzs. I mean, I don't really know how much more I can explain it, but yeah, I find it a thrill, like I said, bringing out more of the classic synchros, the ones I already mentioned. For instance, Fort Ruler Archfiend, another favourite, Junk Warrior as well. it's even great when they be go-to boss monsters in certain decks. Like Stardust Dragon being played in Legendary Hero, for instance, or of course, the deck that I'm mainly using it in, Stardust Junk, since this is one of the main monsters. And yeah, it's just a blast using that to go into Stardust Dragon or Junk Warrior or even Shooting Star Dragon. It also feels kind of rewarding as well going into the higher level ones. Not so much when decks turbo out the big synchro negates like Shooting Quasar or Cosmic Blazer, but just more of the classic fair and balanced ones like Shooting Star Dragon, Majestic Star Dragon, Red Nova Dragon. And most of the time the reward pays off. So, yeah, I guess I'm more nostalgic towards 5Ds than Zexal. I mean, Zexal was good, but I did enjoy the 5Ds a lot more than that. Even though I enjoy the original series and GX even more. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it, really. Anyway, my second favourite summoning mechanic in the game is Rituals. So yeah, you can already guess what number 1 is. Now, I've not played a lot of Ritual decks. It's hard to say whether or not it's equal with Pendulums, but I don't think I've used Rituals as much as Fusions, Synchros, Exceeds and Links, but even when I did, Ritual summoning was a lot of fun. Just not having to worry about the extra deck so much, and they're somewhat easy to get out. Well, generally Ritual decks can be bricky, but when they're not being bricky, then they can really flow quite well, I think. Whether I'm playing Blackluster Soldier, Magician of Chaos, Nouvelle, or Yugi Ritual Turbo, Blue Eyes Demise, or even like a classic Blue Eyes deck from September 2007, because I was running the original Blackluster Soldier in that as well. So yeah, that deck had a bit of everything, well, for the time anyway. But yeah, it's just really fun and satisfying bringing out some fan favourite rituals. Hungry Burger being another one. Even though again, this is one of the summoning mechanics I use the least, I still find it more enjoyable than bringing these out than the other summoning mechanics I've talked about already. I mean, that's all there is to say. And yeah, as you've guessed, fusions are my favourite summoning mechanic. I mean, it's to be expected that this would be the favourite and rituals would be the second favourite, considering I'm an old school duelist and I have been playing since almost the beginning. So yeah, 22 years now. I just like combining monsters the old-fashioned way. It's just my preferred way of doing it. That's how I got started out with extra summoning mechanics, kind of. Starting with Dark Paladin, and then the Elemental Heroes, and then Blue Eyes fusion monsters and Red Eyes fusion monsters, and more Dark Magician fusions. Fusions were just a really exciting part of original series and GX. And honestly, I find that this is the easiest of the extra summoning mechanics, not needing the materials to be on the field, just being able to use them in hand, and it doesn't matter if the fusion materials are face down or not, you can still use them as material, unlike when it comes to synchros, exceeds and links where the materials have to be face up, but fusions just bypass that. They can be really handy when it comes to super polymerization as well, just using that to turn the tide and just get rid of a negate or something that can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects or something, and bring out the appropriate fusion monster. And it's quite funny because all three of my signature decks, Dark Magician, Elemental Heroes and Rainbow Neos, mainly focus on fusions. I mean, yeah, Dark Magician does use other summoning mechanics as well, but primarily I seem to use fusions when I use my favourite and signature deck. But, I'm a fusion guy, mainly. I mean, that's what it's all about when it comes to me. Well, at least when I duel with my favourite and signature decks anyway. Of course, I like all the other summoning mechanics that came afterwards, but fusions are where it's at. And yeah, that is going to do it. So how would you guys rate all these summoning mechanics? Let me know in the comments down below. And like I said, hopefully maybe the other members can post this video on here or on their own channels, but we'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching, stay safe, catch you later.